Okay, welcome in everybody. Again, trying to do production from a hotel room when you have none of your resources from home. Hello, Kelsey. Welcome in.
Hi, how are you?
Good. We're gonna have some other friends joining us here in just a little bit. Talk some Disney, talk some fun. Let me say hello to chat and welcome all those people that came over earlier. Let me see if I can get this to cancel. See if I can go back up the chat. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Now that I got that, Preston, you want to take these other mics real quick? And then I need my. What do I do with my glasses? Are they here?
What you do?
Take this one. I gotta get these other mics off real quick, everybody. Oh. I didn't put my thing in here either, real quick. All right, hang tight. Let me do this. I don't feel like I'm gonna skip doing that tonight. Okay, we're just gonna production as we see it. That's the only way I could get everybody over here, Kels, was to kind of come in and do live production.
Yeah, no, do what you need to do.
Are you back from California yet?
Yes, I made a pit stop in Iowa and now I'm back.
Nice, you are back home. That's good. Everybody, joining me here is this is Miss Kelsey Elizabeth. You've seen her on our channel before. She's also on Doug's channel with the Shade Room Runway as well. I need to go over to my.
Anything else for me?
No, you gonna take a shower?
Yes.
You gonna say hi to Kelsey?
Hi, Preston.
Goodbye.
Bye, Preston.
Hello and goodbye. Oh, hold on. Turn on a bigger light here. Turn on that bigger light over there. Let me find. Here's my community page.
That's all the light you get, pretty much.
Here's Doug. Hello, Doug. Sippity Doo Doug in the house, everybody. Hold on one second. I got to go to the community page and I've got to put that one thing on the screen here because I forgot to do it.
Jay Nashville, it's Tuesday. Is that right, Doug? Tuesday.
What?
Shade Room. It's Tuesday, right? Tuesday.
Tuesday, 7 o'clock.
What Doug
Sorry,
said.
folks. I didn't know Pete was going to go live so quick. I have no pants on, so.
Oh, well. It happens.
Hi, everybody.
Doug, can you see? Doug, can you see the chat fully?
Yes.
Would you do me the justice of do me a favor and welcoming everybody in while I'm trying to get this real quick?
I sure can. Chris the Curtis family, Julie McCallan, welcome in. April, welcome in. Emily Rose, welcome in. Allison, welcome in. Jeff Condon, what's up, buddy? Grandma Grover, hello. Magic Adventures, what's up? Robert Dixon, hello. Vicky Gillespie. Jeannie, welcome in. Lamont Gray, hello. Robert Dixon, welcome in. I think I said that. Nitro Neil and Alyssa are here. Welcome in. Matt Walter, welcome in. Magical Mike's here. Ann's here. Rob's here. Jay Nashville's here. Hello, everybody. Stacky is here. Welcome in. Wes and Teresa Adventures, welcome in. Patrick Julian, what's up, buddy? Lucky Canuck, hello, welcome in.
There we go. Now we're sitting pretty. 119 good people in here.
I know. I'm almost there.
Okay.
Julie McCallan's here, our attorney at large.
Mm-hmm.
Addie is here. Addie's back. David's here. Mouse Talk is here. What's up, Walter? Walt's my BFF, right?
Yeah, he's a good man.
I had bacon for you.
You have bacon for me?
No, I had bacon for you.
Oh,
and we
okay.
became best friends.
Wow.
Remember that text message?
That's true, you did. I don't know if that would be considered bacon. That was like a huge piece of pork.
It was pork belly on a stick.
Yeah, that's not bacon.
It's bacon.
Allison, hello. Ian, hello. Myers and the Mouse. What is happening? Myers and the Mouse, partner channel of Peter's.
Yes. Bacon. Oh my, this is the best. Love it. Wandering Andinos, welcome in.
Jumped.
Can I show this
Kate is
picture
here.
for Kelly? Because I know he's the only one in this chat that appreciates it.
Who, Myers and the Mouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that truck.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's disgusting. Get that off.
Get that off the screen.
All right, Karen Sanders is here. Cakes is here. Cakey Pooh Bear. Magical Mike. I'm almost to the bottom as long as it doesn't jump. Dave Stragan's here. And I think I'm caught up. Julie Young. Julie Young's here. It is Julie Young's birthday. Happy birthday, Julie.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Julie.
birthday.
I'll see Myers and the Mouse tomorrow. Nice.
Kate Udalalaney is here.
Awesome.
Samantha Lowe, welcome in. Kate Phillips, welcome in. Rachel's Adventures, welcome in. Holy cow, here we go. The Wandering Andinos, welcome in.
Isn't that a cool name?
Goofy J4V, welcome in. Princess Kristen, welcome in.
There we go.
I'm caught up.
Well, thank you for doing that, Doug. I appreciate it. So everybody's coming in tonight. I'm going to put your name into a wheel and give you a chance to win a prize on Friday night, next Friday night, as a thank you for coming in and hanging out with us tonight, checking out what we do. If you're brand new to our channel, this is what we do. 120. This is what we do 2 nights a week. This is our Disney Insomniacs format. My friends that are here now, Doug comes in on Friday nights with me and helps me with news and merch. Kelsey has helped us on news and merch and so much else more with the meetup and everything. Jen will be here in a little bit. If Myers and the Mouse or Mouse Talk, if you guys want to come on tonight as partner channels, come on in. We're going to talk the party. Yeah, I'm inviting Mouse Talk and Myers. They both have my link, so they can get in here pretty quick if they wanted to. We're going to talk.
Kelly's in bed.
I know. I figured as much, but I'm still going to invite him. You know, he's getting up early.
To the clubhouse.
Oh, somebody just subscribed. And why is that all the way down there?
There's Belinda. Miss Belinda's here. She's a Hot Dogs Ghost. Jerry is here. Belinda's on the way to pick the coat up. I had a huge spider crawling up me. Hold on.
Oh Lord, no spiders.
Nah, they don't bother me.
Just got off work. I'm wearing less than Doug right now. Oh my God. Myers. Jill, welcome in. So if you're new to our channel, let us give you just a quick update here of what we do.
Listen, it's not like we haven't seen him walking around in a towel before.
That's true. We have. Unfortunately, we can all say that, or majority of us can say it. This is a cool thing. Over on this channel, there is Disney content 7 days a week. I'm blessed to have executive producers in California, France, and Florida. So we put up live, up-to-date shows, rides, events, all that kind of stuff. You can find that here from all over the parks as we go through. We also do Disney interviews on this channel. Sunday nights, the ladies take over. It's a all-female led cast, and they do Disney interviews of some of your favorite social media people, or maybe people you haven't met yet you're finding for the first time. That's on Sunday nights at 6. We got a great one tomorrow night with Movie Mania Nick coming in. Over here, we do interviews on selected Tuesday and Thursday nights with Disney Imagineers, Disney Fine Art Artists. Disney Fine Art Artist. We interview authors. Recently, we've interviewed Imagineers like Bob Weiss and Tehran Skis. We've interviewed Bill Burns Cosplay just recently. We've interviewed artists like Noah. We've interviewed artists like Scooter. And we can give one major announcement that I spent some time hanging out with. You may know him from out in California. And that is going to be, I don't know if I should say it or not. I put it onto my Instagram today. So if you saw my Instagram, you might know. That is a major player coming to the channel. We also have another major Imagineer coming to the channel. What? You're already at the channel.
Yeah.
So we've got some big things coming up here on this channel with some people that we're going to be doing interviews with. If you love Disney and everything, you'll find that here. And then every Friday night we do a live Disney news and merch show, which we talk the news and merch for the week, which is a lot of fun. And also, if you're into football or baseball, I broadcast NFL and MLB. Let me grab my phone because it's getting hit up here.
Welcome in, Noel Gonzalez. Welcome back. Glad to see you again.
Let me pull this out. Drop that over so it doesn't get messed up.
Linda B, welcome in.
Nope, don't allow. Get this off my screen. Let me fix this real quick.
Jill Washburn, welcome in, Jill.
Debbie Bernfeld, thank you for sending $25 on PayPal. I just saw that. Thank you so much for that.
Max Brown, welcome in.
Hey, Jen.
Oh,
You brushed your hair.
Monorail Molly is
cool
in the
my hair.
house.
Spirit fingers.
Hello,
Kelsey.
Jen.
Spirit fingers. There you go.
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm in my superstar era.
You look better than
Showgirl.
Taylor Swift.
Showgirl.
Thank you.
So,
Specific.
Xanlax, welcome in. Good to see you. So, we can announce now officially. I just double checked that Brian Hull, the man of 1,000 voices, who works for Disney and is absolutely incredible. Brian Hull is going to be a guest on our channel with Jen and I very shortly. I got your text. I love you for that. Love you for that. Thank you.
Ooh, who do you love?
Can't say. I'll tell you off screen. I'm not going to shout that out on screen.
Yeah, who texted
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not going to do
yeah.
that. So, so we're
Kelsey.
excited. Brian Hull, it doesn't get much bigger than that. He's got millions of followers. Millions of followers out there.
Yeah.
I asked him today, guys. I said, Brian, let me just ask you a quick question. Have you ever counted how many voices you do? And he said, during COVID, I got bored. So I went on one day to my channel and I counted every voice that I do. And he goes, I stopped counting at 2,000. That's how incredible he is. So
I was going through his Instagram today just to see what else he's done, and my mind was blown.
he's incredible. He's incredible. So Brian Hall coming to the channel. We're working with another very early Imagineer that we're going to finalize here in the next couple of weeks. We're not going to say anything about that tonight. We're excited about that. We've been lucky. Before we get into all the stuff about the party, Jen and I have been very blessed in the fact that Disney Dialogues, which plays and has a full playlist, it also has a podcast list on this channel. If you haven't heard our streams or our interviews, we have interviewed some of the top Imagineers. We've interviewed Bob Weiss. He was a president, touched every park. We interviewed Teron Skis, who was a vice president. We've had Terry Harden, who worked on everything over in Disney in the Tokyo and Hong Kong. She worked on everything over there and is incredible. She worked with Michael Jackson on Captain EO. We've interviewed Chris Crump. Chris Crump, who is Raleigh Crump's son, Chris Crump was an Imagineer himself.
And this is how next to you. Sorry. Anytime I hear Captain
He's
EO,
singing Captain EO.
That's
impressive.
Oh, I know the whole thing.
I'm old and imagine I was an Imagineer. Does that count? No, Kelly, it does not. That does not. But we've had the blessings. Chris Crump was an Imagineer himself. His father was Raleigh Crump, who's a Disney legend. We interviewed him and had an amazing interview. We've had, Jen, I can't even get into how many Disney fine artists that we've had on there from the Festival of the Arts with Scooter and Noah and Kenny Yamada and Fenway Fan and Dave Avanzino and RC and Joel Payne. Over a dozen Disney fine artists we've had on. We've had authors like Gary Wolfe, who wrote Roger Rabbit and did that. So we've had authors like the Hidden Mickey guy, gentleman who writes all the Hidden Mickeys. We've had Steve on. It's a plethora of stuff. So if you love Disney, Tuesday and Thursday nights, you're going to absolutely jump in and have
Dapper
a blast.
Danielle.
Dapper Danielle, who is now an artist and is also an incredible social media extraordinaire.
Mhm.
We've got dates that we're
Baking
working on.
buddies.
Yeah, there you
Bacon
go.
Buddies.
Bacon buddies with
Mhm.
Doug. We've got we're working on and talking with.
And Jen.
I talked with Jen Tracker, or Tim and Jen Tracker, the other day. We're going to talk with them again and try to finalize something. We've been working on a date to interview them, but it's just been the timing hasn't worked. So we're trying to get that. I talked to Nate again last night about doing an interview. He's going to get a date with us in January and sit down with us. We've been blessed to talk to some of the bigger social media people. We've talked to Lou Mangello. I'd have on a previous time. So we're just trying to bring you the Disney content here in many ways as we do things. Let's talk about the party. You guys watched the party. Yes, Doug.
Might I say hello to one person?
You may, yes.
Okay. I received a telegram today with a beautiful, beautiful picture inside that was sent for my birthday.
Oh,
It had a picture of Deputy Barkley and it was colored and everything. So, Dottie, I love you. I miss you. And it's time to go to bed.
time to go to bed. Watch this.
Dottie knows how to send a telegram.
You want to see? You want to
So
see time to go?
advanced.
You want to see time to go to bed? Watch this.
Wow. You're going to go there tonight.
Yep.
You're going to go there tonight.
I'm going there tonight. I'm putting her in timeout for just a few minutes.
Wow.
There were smart comments earlier in the stream, and there's replications of it. So we got it.
Wow.
That's the way it is.
You realize she set this whole thing up in a matter of 5 minutes, right?
No, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, she did a pretty good job with that. So
she did do a good job at that, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble, and I can't wait to see it.
Pete, have you, Princess Kristen, have you done Rob Katz? Rob Katz and I talked last year. We were, he had a lot going on. He asked me to revisit with him, and then we talked a little bit with him. We talked with a little bit with him. When did we get? Right before he went out to Hawaii, and we're going to revisit with him when he returns. Jeff Condon, $49.99 super chat. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for blessing the channel.
Nice.
That's extremely nice of you. Jeff Condon, everybody. Thank you, buddy. Jen and I are going to talk with Rob in January or February you go down. We've got a list of people that we're going to talk to when we go down, and we are very, very excited. Rob Katz is one of them. Trevor Carlton is another. Where'd you go, Doug?
I'm going on strike till you bring my girl back.
Oh.
You can sit back there for a while then. Trevor Carlton is another one.
Everybody stare at Kelsey.
So, Pete, do you know Jenna and Dale? Yes, we know Jenna and Dale very well. They're good friends of us. So, but we're excited about those artists and talking to them. So, we're going to get into some news here too in just a little bit when Jen comes out of time.
Strike is over.
Yes, his strike lasted a long time. So, we're going to talk about the party tonight. We had a lot of fun at the party last night. A lot of good things that come out of that. Good night, Jeff. Thank you so much for that, bud. That was never expected and always appreciated, buddy. Truly, truly appreciate there. The party down here, Doug, we're going to talk about that tonight. Some of the food that we ate, and do all that, which should be a good time. I also want to talk
I do have some things shared, so.
Yes, I see that you're ready to do that. We're going to talk about, pull those up in just a minute here. We're also going to talk, there's been a lot of D23. We had Noel coming in asking a bunch of stuff about D23. One thing that everybody has to realize with D23 is that it's a shorter, smaller thing down here in Florida.
It's what do they call it? Destination D23.
Yeah, so
it is very small. It's only 2 days. Actually, it's only about a day and a half.
Magical Mike hitting us up with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Magical Mike. We appreciate you. Of course, they have their own channel, Magic Adventures. We appreciate you supporting that. You want Disney knowledge? Come to you, Max says. Come to him for Disney knowledge. Well, hopefully we can give you a little bit ourselves. What was the story with the corksicle? All right, the corksicle was very simple here. What
it
is
was
it?
the 5-finger discount for the other people.
Let's see. Cupcake pie. It might be wedding cake next time, Pete. Oh my lord. Oh my gosh. So we had a we bought a corksicle. Okay. Rachel's very grateful to anybody who gave her the membership. I'm not sure who did because we've had a couple of those blessings. Good night, Cakes. Have a good night, buddy. Kelly's going to get some sleep as well. Good night, Kelly. We'll see you sometime soon, hopefully. Sometime soon. It basically, I had been drinking a ton of water. That was my plan and my goal, to drink more water than I've done down here. And I'm very proud that I did a very good job with that. Go check out Myers and the Mouse in the morning, by the way, 11 a.m. Kelly will be, or Mama Mouse will be live from the parks, 11 till mid-afternoon. Please, Myers and the Mouse, fantastic family, fantastic channel, incredible supporters of the community. Go check out Myers and the Mouse, everybody. And of course, also Cakes, who is a big supporter of our channel. He's over at the 923 with Lily's Life Dad. So Lily's Life Dad
Oh
says,
my God.
Park 404 for me, Lily and family, sitting on the Haunted Mansion. Oh, good for you.
How?
Good for you.
I don't know how. There's
Hey,
140. There's 140 degrees there today.
I know, it was ridiculous. So the corksicle, I was using it. I had water in it. I sat down next to this family. I had a couple concerns about, and Mama is going to be live again tomorrow. Yes, she'll be live again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So Princess Kristen talked about the Disney shift there. I sat it down next to me on the ground because we were sitting on a little bit of a slope to watch the parade back there by the Liberty Bell. And I didn't think about it. And we watched the parade and did all the stuff. I looked around to clean up our mess to make sure there was no trash because I'm a big proponent of pick up your trash. And I didn't see anything on the ground. I just naturally assumed Preston must have grabbed it and picked it up and put it in the cart. I didn't look. And we drove away and came back, finished our night, talked to a bunch of people, another 2 hours in the park, and then got back here, pulled into this spot where I'm sitting here with a scooter. And he goes, Dad, where's your corksicle? I want to clean it. And I'm like, it should be in the cart. And he's, nope. And we retraced our steps back, and he's like, the last time I saw you was next to that family that was sitting next to you. And they got up and rolled out. So it's the only thing I can come up with. So
Wait, you have to clean those?
yeah, we had a really nice family from New Jersey that was there with us, sit and talk, and then they got up as soon as it landed and left, and then these other people sat down. I know it. I know that's when it disappeared. It had to be. Yeah, you got to clean because they're metal on the inside, you know. So
Oh, okay.
I always clean everything. So
All right.
Magical Adventure says,
I'll make a
bless you.
note of that.
Yeah, you want to clean stuff, Doug. So, let's talk about the party for a minute before we jump over there too. You've done a good job pulling up some stuff. A lot of people asked, was it worth the money? $200 was the ticket cost for the opening night. $199. Now, you did get a 10% off or whatever it was for being an annual pass holder. So it's still pricey. I remember the first one I did so many years ago was $45. $45.
45. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
First one I went to was 10 years ago. It was 12 years ago, maybe more than that. It was $45 there. So it was a lot more expensive this time. Was it similar to everything else? Yes. Was it the same type of theme that, hey, you walk in, you're getting candy. Okay, you're gonna have the headless horseman come down. Okay, you're gonna get 2 parades. You're gonna get 3 stage shows. You're gonna get 1 set of fireworks. Yeah, all that was pretty similar. The merch was new and updated and had some good merch that was there. It was blown out by the time of the end of the night. Completely blown out by the end of the night. Disney Objective Observer, welcome in. That's a cool channel name. That's brand new to our channel as well. Welcome in. Cool channel name. Welcome in.
You should get this one.
I didn't see that one, but I also
It's
wasn't
over
looking
there.
for it.
It's at
I also
Epcot.
Okay. I also wasn't looking for it. That's my fault. Parties are great, but they cost a family yeah, $800. That's the challenge nowadays. You know, for a family of 4 or 5, it's 800 to 1,000 just on tickets. Just on tickets. Connie says they had a great time. Definitely better in person. Absolutely better in person. There's a whole energy or something. Yes, Doug, I see your guy, but I don't have one of my sound bites. So I see your emo there. The fireworks probably, guys, were the best thing of the whole entire night, in my mind. The projections on the screen or the castle were the best that I've seen yet. They had lightning visions going on. They tied in Mickey and the Fab Five for the first time that I can remember in quite some time. Used to be a lot of Oogie Boogie, Jack and Sally, all of that. Um, just subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate you for doing that. So that was pretty cool. What did you think? I mean, you watched the fireworks from home, Doug. I don't know, Kelsey, when you were traveling, I don't know if you were able to see much of that, but Kelsey, ladies first, did you see any of it? What did you think?
I was popping in and out. I was at the fair last evening. However, I did go to the party last year, and I'm 99% sure nothing has changed other than maybe order of operation in the parade. Um, but I think it's great. I am a firm believer in not paying for the party if it's the same. So, like, I went last year because I was there for work. This year, I likely won't go. I'm there for work again, but gonna opt to do something different. Um, it is my favorite party. Halloween's my favorite holiday. Doug does not consider it a holiday.
Doug does not consider it a holiday.
Um,
Just hold
but
on, Kelsey. Pardon one sec. Just for Jay National and everybody else, I was joking about Jen. She has not been blocked. Jen had to handle something on for
yeah,
herself at her house, and I took her off the screen so that she can handle that. Her anything going on privately at home deserves to be respected. So that's why she's off. That's why she's off. When she's done with what she's handling, she'll be back on with us in just a couple minutes. So go ahead, Kelsey. Sorry to interrupt you.
no, you're fine. So anyway, I do love the parade. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I've ever made a concerted effort to watch the fireworks.
Really?
And that's very me of me to do.
Okay.
I just look, a firework's a firework. You can see them anywhere. They're where I live often. I was walking home from the fair
Oh
last
my
night.
lord, what is this?
Look at that blanket. Such a good blanket.
So
Broken in steel.
I think really the only thing that was the difference, Kelsey, was the fireworks itself because they can never be exactly the same, obviously, but
Right.
the projection show. The projection show
Okay.
was exceptional this year, I thought, because they tied in the Fab Five with Oogie Boogie, with Jack. They gave you a little bit of the whole 9 yards in there. So
I'll have to go back and watch it. I'm trying to think of what time. If it was like, what's it, 10:30 your time?
yes,
So I was still at the fair. I was looking at the largest bowl in the state of Iowa at that
very
time.
nice. Hello, Amy.
You,
Welcome in.
he didn't believe me last night. You were petting sheep.
No,
Yeah,
I
and
did not believe
cows
that.
and pigs and all the animals.
Well, good for you.
I'm from the South.
I have no problem going to the state fair. I know. I have no problem with that. I was just didn't know that you were there doing that. So, Doug, what'd you think of the fireworks?
I thought the fireworks were fantastic. I thought your spot was amazing. The fountain just makes that just unbelievable with how it changes colors. Um, there was a little issue with the smoke last night. I don't know if you noticed it more in person, but you could notice it on the stream. The smoke from the fireworks wasn't moving away quick enough. So some of the back fireworks, you actually lost a little bit of view sometime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That could have
But
just been. I didn't notice it much there, but it could have come through on the camera because the one thing I've noticed when we're down here streaming, Doug, like tonight, it can look on the camera like it's so light out, and yet it was
mhm,
pitch black in that sky with that lightning and
right,
all going off behind us. So maybe
right.
that had something to do with it. It
But
was so
all in all, I mean, it was amazing. I thought the fireworks were great.
okay. Disney Objective Observer says it was so hot at the first party, didn't feel like Halloween snacks were a bit. Let me move this over because I can't see the full screen. Waiting for Jen to come back there. Different dance party was a bit different too. It didn't feel like Halloween, Doug. I'm going to be the first to back you up when you said, that.
It's too early.
It's too
It's too
soon.
early. It's too hot.
Well, if you really take a good look, excuse me, I tried not to go in too close on the dancers, like the skeleton band and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But if you looked, you could see some of it, the paint starting to drip off of them because
Oh,
they
I
were
bet.
sweating. They were sweating so profusely. They still were
Yeah.
amazing. They still treated it like champs
Oh
and
yeah.
did an amazing job. I would say the difference between Christmas and Halloween for me, and you guys can tell me if it's different. Um, good night to Max Brown. Thank you for coming in, Max, and being a part of what we do. Love your knowledge of Disney. Thank you for sharing a lot. Um, the big thing there is that when you go to Christmas, the ambiance of the music that's everywhere, that
Hmm.
is overwhelming. You feel that. You feel it from the minute you get on a bus, the minute you walk out of your resort. There's some type of music going through. There wasn't that with this at this time of year for Halloween all the way through. The only time you got Halloween music was when the party started in the park. That's it.
Hmm.
So that whole other time, while you saw pumpkins or saw wreaths and stuff like that or saw bunting, it wasn't like it was, over the top great. You know what I mean? So that was a big thing.
I think Christmas changes the dynamic across the whole resort property, however y'all want to frame it.
Yes.
Because not only are the parks decorated throughout all four, you have Springs that's decorated, you have the resorts itself, and so I think that changes that dynamic, and I think it changes the mindset where Halloween, because it is August, it's too soon. Though it is my favorite holiday, it's too soon. It needs to be after Labor Day, in my opinion.
I agree.
Um, and because it's still hot there in October. But I think it's just like it's summer right now, and so the mindset's not there. Whereas Christmas after Halloween starts November, there's a lot of people that
A lot of
start
people are home.
decorating November 1st and, you know, do the Thanksgiving thing in addition to whatever. But I just think Halloween's such a niche bubble, whereas Christmas, it just is everywhere. Although
Okay.
I did like the decor that they put, or the wreaths rather, in Storybook Circus, or the
Okay.
pictures I saw.
Let me highlight the chat real quick. Disney Objective Reserves and my family went to the dessert party on the terrace. The food was terrible, but the
Yeah.
seats were good and the view was fair. That's unfortunate. Sorry you went through that. Jill says we went to the
Wow.
party October 1st, 2023. Once we got past the rain in the afternoon, it was comfortable. Um,
Once the
stage
sun goes
makeup.
down.
Allison says stage makeup is amazing. What'd you say, Kels?
Once the sun goes down in October, it's fine. It's just the prior to moment.
Yeah. April says definitely once the clouds or rain come in, much worse or terrible. That's true. As much there. Our friend Amy says, I enjoyed Christmas time at Walt Disney World. Like to go to Disneyland for the holidays. That's not a bad one. Some places are already selling Christmas stuff. Hello, Victor. You know, well, if they are,
Yeah, this
that's way too early for that.
Costco already has Christmas.
That's right, Costco. Yep. They also have Winnie the Pooh pumpkins in their queue. Yep. And there was a lot of, of course, there was the new Dumbo wreaths that were hanging back in Storybook circuits, which was really cool. I agree after Labor Day, but maybe Disney tap into that last minute visitors before school starts.
That's what it
Here's what
is.
I thought. That's a good point by Anita, but I'm going to throw this out there. I saw this week, for the first time in years, a larger influence of those people that were coming in from outside of the United States to visit. I heard more foreign language spoke than ever. I think Disney was trying to A, get into what Anita said, B, also take advantage of all those people that were over there to try to get them for early Halloween. These parties are selling out. People are excited about it, you know. So I think that those two things are my factors for how they don't go in. If I don't make it live with Brian Hall, tell him I said hello. Well, you can always watch the replay too and leave a comment. Brian will, I'm sure, comment on it afterwards. I subscribed. I'll be back. Got to go to sleep. I got a new channel. Okay. Well, I'll check you. I'll check you out. Disney Objective Observer. I was going to go do that anyway because I hadn't heard your channel name before. So we always try to check out and support as many people as we can. Doug, here's Doug and Kelsey. I can tell you this. People were in line at 2:00 for merchandise. Okay. 2:00 for merchandise. Okay. It wasn't announced until 4. Preston and I were sitting over there kind of waiting. And all of a sudden I look over and I said, dude, we were playing like, I was playing mind games and stuff on my phone. And I'm sitting in the corner over by the window by the front door. And I look and I go like this and I'm like, are they lining up right now? And the cast members are letting them, and they sure were. And I said to Preston, we got to go get in line, or else we've sat here for nothing, and we're going to get, because we wanted to get our stuff, and I just wanted to get out of the way and be done with it. I didn't want to have to deal with it the whole party. I didn't want to lose 2 hours in the party. We went over and got in line at 10 after 2 and sat there. Now they started about 3:30 getting stuff through. But when we left there at night at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, whatever it was, and we went back through, there was almost nothing left from party merchandise. And I'm talking, they had Loungefly bags, they had lug bags, they had sweatshirts that were $85 a piece. They made an absolute killing on that first night alone. And if people are going to continue to pay $200, like this clown right here raising his hand, hello, KDY, welcome in. If we're going to keep paying $200 and they're going to put up thousands upon tens of thousands to maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars in merch, and people are going to pay it, if people are going to be in the park paying hundreds of $1,000s for food and beverage items, like this guy here, they're going to keep doing it. Why wouldn't they?
No, they're absolutely going to keep doing it, and they change the food up, and that's how they get people too. And I am going to be really honest. I've never had a good meal at Magic Kingdom. So
What?
to me, there's the food is foul there.
Welcome in. Yet it is. Good. That's a great channel name. Yet it is. Kelsey, have you been and had Thanksgiving dinner yet?
I mean, yeah, but I would rather have my mom cook me Thanksgiving dinner where I know
would
I'm not
rather
going to
have
get
your mom cook me
sick.
Thanksgiving dinner, but she's not in the park cooking.
Susan can go in the park. She would happily go in there. Anyway, I just listen. Doug, what is his face about?
I don't know. Something's going on in his house.
No, I've had many good meals at Magic Kingdom. I'm not as bougie as
I wouldn't consider
Kelsey.
myself bougie. I mean, I like nice meals, but I'll eat.
I love Tony's. I've had some
I'm going
really
there on
good meals at Tony's.
Saturday.
Get either the chicken Alfredo
I should point out, I
or
think Kelsey, is
chicken
Kelsey
freeze?
frozen? Oh, there she is. Kelsey's back. She was frozen for a second. I should point out that I said to Kelsey, come hang out with me at Magic Kingdom. And she said, I'd rather have a colonoscopy. So I was like, I just,
Oh, that was me. Did I freeze? Sorry.
Yes, you're back.
I'm back. It's really passionate. I'm going to, for what it's worth, I am being not forced, but rather, I wouldn't even say convinced. Just that's where everyone's going next Saturday. I am doing what you folk do, and I am going to Magic Kingdom before rope drop.
Nice.
And I'm staying through the fireworks. So if
No,
anyone
you're not.
Did you lose a
has,
bet? What happened?
it's my friend's birthday. Ugh. I said the one like caveat I have, if I have to go to Magic Kingdom
Say hi.
and sit there all day. Hey, Preston.
Go to bed, Preston.
Allison, most people don't get sick at Magic Kingdom. That's just me. Don't I get sick at like a random restaurant in my local area too, so
Yes,
it doesn't matter.
that's everybody's entitled to their own opinions for all of the things.
Yes.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of people that our friend Jeff, is our dream, absolutely loves Animal Kingdom. Absolutely over the top loves it. I'm like, it's okay. I'm not. If I have to choose between the four parks, it's number 4 for me. That's
And
why.
Magic Kingdom number 10.
Yeah. Well, no, there's only 4. But that's the thing, everybody. That's why it's a great thing. We're all God put us on this earth, and we're all human for a reason. That we have our opinions and we're entitled to them. And nobody's wrong. It's what's best for you. Doug, what's your
Kelsey.
favorite? What's your favorite park, Doug?
Epcot.
See, that's not my favorite, but that's cool. That's not my favorite.
Epcot's the worst park.
See,
Yes, Douglas.
Preston just said Epcot's the worst park in the world.
Go to
Preston,
bed, Preston.
go to bed.
Only one person can say that.
Oh, wow.
She's
All
not
right,
here.
well,
We're speaking on behalf of her.
Yeah, we're speaking on behalf.
Not allowed.
Molly's mom could.
Kelsey, if
Molly's
you're
mom could call and say that.
Kelsey, if you're looking for a nice snack at Magic Kingdom next Saturday,
Is it
you
a
can
cup
get
of
a
cheese?
cup of cheese for $1.
Oh God! Don't start her on the cup of cheese
Okay,
stuff,
so the
Doug.
caveat
And it's
that I
nice and
made when
warm, and you just drink it.
Oh,
we know
God.
that's not going to happen. All 3 of us know that's not going to happen.
Oh no, Doug! God.
No, so the caveat
It's
is
good, man.
we are going to eat at Tony's because I do not want to sit through the parade with humans. So I'd rather have a drink in hand sitting through the parade with humans.
Oh my Lord. Yeah.
Human.
Well,
Let me
all right.
just say, there's no happy family in that park. Someone's crying. Someone's mad. Someone's getting run over by a stroller. Some bubbles are going off somewhere. There's no, like,
I love bubbles.
All
I
right.
know
Let me
you
let me
do.
do this. I'm gonna make another.
No one's happy. No one's.
Oh my God! You turned the whole movie off.
I didn't mean to. There you
Turn
go.
it back on. Ooh, fun. Happy
There you go.
Halloween.
All right, there we go. Let's talk a little bit about. Here's some of the stuff, Doug. Let's talk about what you got pulled up.
All right. I don't know. I don't even know if it lists them.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it does,
can.
right there.
Did you see any of these? The Mickey shaped cheesecake?
I did. We see there was so much food. Let's be honest about this first. They're literally, I used to complain about Disney, where I would say, "Hey, Disney, step up your game. It's the same food items, or the list isn't that big." Okay. This year, it's just the opposite. There's way too much. There's no way anybody can eat all of it in the park or get close to it. We did see these. These are the cheesecake and the cinnamon roll. They both looked fantastic.
They look great.
They looked fantastic. Did not try those. I did do the churros. I didn't get to this. This looked really good. We were at the plaza. We didn't eat during the party there. We ate before the party, but it looked really good. There's
Was that the pulled pork thing
that
in
was
the
the
purple
pulled.
bun?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the pulled pork.
I could get down with that.
That's the skull meatloaf.
No.
It does not look like a meatloaf. I'm sorry.
No.
Let me see.
Ooh,
Pete, let's
Is
just
that
go
a
down and you tell me if you drank, you did it or not. So you didn't do the plaza.
No,
wait, is the cider with or without alcohol?
you can get it either way.
This was the
Okay.
food at Casey's
Yum.
Corner.
Yeah, and we almost got that, but we it was here's the problem too, guys. It was so doggone hot that you wanting to eat this, your stomach's like maybe, and your head's like no way,
It's
absolutely
too
not.
Yeah.
hot for a lot of these foods. It's too hot.
Well, you
Like,
know
I don't know
what?
about.
And Pete, that's what happened to Steve today. He ate at Creations right before you got there.
Yeah,
And he texted me. He said, "Hey, I'm heading home. I really do not feel good at all." And I said, "Well, Steve," I said, "it's probably the heat and what you ate or something."
well,
So
I did have the pumpkin churros.
that's
Okay,
what I'm looking for here.
I'm sure they're in there somewhere. I almost got the
Those
beignets.
those look good.
A person next to us had the beignets, and they said they were
Is that them?
phenomenal. That's them right
Yeah.
there. It's
They did not look like
Okay.
that though.
They did not look like that. There was no sprinkles or anything on it. It was just a couple of them thrown into a thing with a
Really?
cup of sauce. They did not look like that. Now,
Really?
taste wise, they were good. Taste wise,
I'm
they were really
shocked.
good. You know,
It's just a churro dyed orange
What's
with
the
pumpkin pie
flatbread?
sauce.
the flatbread is a
What?
chicken flatbread.
Yeah,
That looks good.
it
Again,
is a.
there's the wings.
It was down. It was below it. It's all backwards.
Yeah, it is. I did. Chip and Co. did this the last time. Um,
Yeah, they're out of order.
did you do either one of these? These were over at Sleepy Hollow, and they
Preston, what
look
did you
good.
try?
This funnel cake.
We didn't do the
What?
funnel
Yeah.
cake.
What is it?
Candle?
Preston had the candle that was available at what is that, Sleepy Hollow? Preston had the candle at Sleepy Hollow. If you have a picture of that, there it is, right there. That thing he loved, and of course, I was ready. You have those Homer Simpson moments with your kids where you just want to grab them and choke them like he did with Bart. I was sitting there, and he's like, "Yeah, that cake pop was pretty good." I'm like, "Really?" I was like, "You liked it?" He's like, "Yeah, it was red velvet." I was ready to kill him. Hold on, he wants to show something.
Oh,
Let me
you're
come
not
back over.
doing. Oh.
No, hold on. I can come back over. I'm right here.
Oh,
Nice.
there it is.
So it was like
There
just a
it is.
push pop with
Yeah.
red velvet cake.
Yep,
And chocolate.
and
Cool.
chocolate. But
Cool.
the presentation, much like you can see in Preston's picture and also in yours, Doug, the presentation was spectacular.
Right.
It actually did look like that when he got it.
I'm kind of curious on what happened with the churros. Maybe they just ran out of the plates or whatever, and
They probably got too busy because the line.
No.
The line was out the door. Preston says probably just got
I
too
also
busy where they were just
think
like take it and go.
that the
Did you get-
presentation for the pictures is such a sales point, whereas during the party they're just trying to push like stuff through for you to consume.
Right.
yeah.
Now
Oh,
the spring rolls, again, somebody right next to us had these, and they said they
Good.
had decent taste, but they were really spicy. Like it is
Oh.
definitely, it's got a kick.
I heard those were terrible.
Really? So Preston heard. So we've had mixed reviews. Preston had people that he was around him that were saying they weren't good. So I guess it's to each his own. Maybe if you like really spicy food, maybe you liked them, and if you didn't like really spicy, maybe it punched you in the face. I don't like spicy, so I didn't try them.
So they're
Yeah,
available
I don't.
prior. I'm happy to try them when I go.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I would get these. So, but did we get any of these?
No, we didn't do any of the pops.
Where are those at, Doug?
I did get that.
Oh,
Oh,
Liberty
Preston
Square.
did
You
get that.
did the soda though.
Talk about
Liberty
that thing,
Square.
Preston. You did get that.
Is that the one that changes colors when you stir it?
Yeah, it's like a workout though to stir it. Like
Oh, really?
it
Is it
starts
that
off.
thick?
It's like it starts off like blue raspberry, and then it changes to like a blue raspberry green apple. It's pretty good.
Okay.
So that was pretty good. He liked that.
It's pretty
Nate
weird.
also Nate had that too when I walked up to him. Which was
Are
kind
these
of interesting.
ravioli?
Okay.
That's the ravioli. I did not like the ravioli.
What is in it?
You got ravioli?
Is it
Yeah.
corn?
Did you try it?
Ravioli.
Huh?
When did you eat ravioli?
It was Casey's Corner thing we had. Was it?
Ravioli.
I had ravioli from somewhere that you got. Where was
Doug,
it?
scroll
Yeah, I
so
did.
I can
Casey got it for me.
That was today.
Where do you want me to go?
scroll so I can read the underneath.
No.
Backwards. I want to read what the ravioli is. Where are you going?
I don't know where you want me to go.
It's
Is it up here?
below. It's below the pictures. It's below the pictures.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh, it's Pinocchio. Okay, but I need to see the ravioli, and that's above the coupons available.
Yeah, there's a lot
There
of
we go.
advertisements, unfortunately, on this.
Pumpkin. Okay, that is okay. Where
Yeah.
I think
Don't lose anything. Okay.
the combination went wrong is the garlic aioli. I don't think garlic aioli is right with pumpkin.
Garlic aioli with pumpkin, yeah.
That's too much.
I would have tried these, the garlic parm chicken tenders.
Yeah, they sold out and then closed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you
Preston got
serious?
I'm pissed. I took a whole lap around Magic Kingdom to go to get those things, and I get up there and they say, "Oh, we're closed. We're sold out."
well, shoot.
Like, put it on the app.
How
at
about
least.
the Pirates whoopie pie?
Does that have
That
fruity
looks
pebbles on top?
that looks fantastic.
It does.
Yeah, there was a lot of people, a large line for that too.
Here's the thing. When it's that hot, I'm not waiting for any food. Really, I'm just not waiting for food in general, but like when it's hot, no way.
This
Ooh,
Yeah.
stuff is at Be Our Guest restaurant.
Like
I'm
I said,
Okay,
sorry, I don't
so
think
there's almost way too much food to even be able to get to it all.
yeah, and I
Right.
also think you're in a niche market with folks and going to a seated meal during a party. I am one of those people that would voluntarily do it to get me out of the park itself. And I did the Be Our Guest Halloween meal last party in October, and it was very good. In the sense of like the theming. I'm not going to say the meal itself was, 10 out of 10, but the theming was fantastic.
Yeah.
So what else did you try, Pete?
Here's the thing, Doug. If you're going to try to do any of the key components of the party,
Right.
okay, you're not gonna be able to get to all these foods. Okay, that's the
Okay.
challenge.
Right.
You're not gonna
Is-
be, because you gotta, if you sit out there, if you try to get to the first parade, party starts at 4. If you come in and try to do anything getting to Jack and Sally, Disney Teacher Life, welcome in. If you come in and try to get to Jack and Sally, some of those people were standing there 3 hours to try to get to Zack and
No
Sally.
way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So some of the characters, that's a challenge. That's the challenge. Okay.
Right.
So that's the first thing. If you're trying to get the characters.
I do have something pulled for the characters, so
Okay. We can go over to that. You can jump over to wherever you need to go to.
Yep.
If you try to do the characters, you stand in line for 3 hours. Then if you want to get a space for the people, were sitting in for spots for the first parade 2 hours early. So that's at 5 something. People were getting into there, okay? So that's a problem. If you don't have a couple people with you, if you don't have a couple people with you to help you to go get stuff for you, you're SOL. You're sitting there, you're trying to get a good spot for the parade. Then, as soon as the parade was over, you had to jump into a spot in the street or wherever for the fireworks and sit in there to hold a spot for your fireworks. So you have to cut. It's almost to a point, and I said this to several people last night, and they agreed with me. It's also almost to a point that you would have to attend multiple parties, okay, to where you spend one where you go and you do food items and stuff like that and unique stuff, and you take one where you just go and you're doing fireworks, you're doing the stage show, you're doing the parade, and it's almost that, unless you have, a group of people with you and somebody's holding spaces, you know, because like even when I was holding the spot for the parade, Casey literally grabbed Preston and ran back to get the Dapper Dans and the Ghost that were back in Frontierland to get them while I held space for that. And then when I went and held space for the fireworks, they were running and trying to get me a couple different snacks to at least have something.
Yeah, I took a detour around Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, Preston took a whole detour around Magic Kingdom. He's still bitter about that.
Yeah, I am, because I didn't get my chicken tenders.
He didn't get his tenders. So, again, the party is a lot of the same stuff. Yes. Okay. A lot of the same stuff. Let's talk about characters for a second. What do you got here, Doug?
So this was it told you where all the characters were. So Main Street USA over at the Town Square Theater was Mickey and Minnie, obviously, and also Jack Skellington and Sally, which I will tell you, Goody U started his stream in line for Jack and Sally.
Right.
He was like third or fourth in line. So he was standing there. I think Matt said they were there a good 2.5 hours before.
Yeah. There's a lot of people screaming about the fact that it was taking 3 hours to get through Jack and Sally.
Yes.
What, Preston?
If you have a DOS, they'll give you a return time.
If you have a DOS, they will give you a return time for Jack and Sally, which I didn't know that.
Okay.
Okay.
I think they'll do that for any of the characters, actually, I think. If there's a long wait. Like Mickey and Minnie's was 115 minutes. I think those were the two longest lines for characters.
Uh-huh.
All the other lines, you drove past some of them. Baker went past some of them, and they didn't look like they were, maybe 45 minutes. So,
Well, again, it's you kind of have to pick your poison for what you want to do. It's literally, you could run and gun and you might barely make it, but you're not going to get good locations for a parade or good locations for the fireworks. You could run and do some of the character events, and God forbid you got in the line for merch, because that was taking an hour and 10 minutes. So that could
right.
eat up part of your thing. And if you didn't get in there at 4 o'clock, right at 4, and get lucky enough to be some of the first ones going in, you got a challenge there too, because it is, I would say, 85% to 90% of the people that were attending the party were coming from outside the park. So you had lines of them trying to get you in, get you checked, get your band on your hand, just to get into the front of the building.
Right.
So again, you only have so much time. You're talking about 4 o'clock to midnight. You're talking about time tied up. And the other thing that people don't think about when they try to do it is, as people are out there at the party, you got sections blocked off, like Preston said, for different things that are going on in different areas you can't get to. So what I would tell anybody that's going to the party, probably would apply to Christmas as well, is plan your day. Pick the things that are most important to you and do those, and make sure you get those checked off. And then if you have your secondary list, try to get to that after the fact. Because if you don't, if you go in there and you try to look at that menu they give you, or that brochure, and you're like, oh, I want to try this, or I want to try this, you're hardly going to get to anything. You're going to feel you wasted your money, and you're going to leave there bitter. So
Right. Well, yeah, and I agree with that. I mean, I'm not a big Halloween person, but I do enjoy the parade. I do enjoy the fireworks. The cadaver dance I enjoy. The pirate band I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but other than that, the stage show is what it is. Um, they haven't changed
Right.
it in 10 years.
I,
Um,
I see
they,
Goofy's
they,
comment too, Doug. You can't Goofy, I'd love to say that back in the days, 45, $50 to go to a party, you could do that. You got a family of four, a family of five, two parents and three kids. That's $1,000 for
yep,
one night for the party, just for your tickets. Doesn't even include
exactly.
the food and everything else you're going to buy in there. Families nowadays can't afford, most families that I know, can't afford to drop 3 grand on two Halloween parties just so they can get everything. Huh.
Well, and I think Disney, this might be the year that most of the parties are not going to get sold out.
It'll be interesting. It wasn't the
Right
opening
now,
night wasn't sold out until a couple weeks ago.
right. I believe there's only 3 or 4 dates that are completely sold out.
Yeah.
Two of them are the last two. I don't know. I agree with you, Pete. I think, first off, they haven't changed it. They changed the food. That's it. The shows are the same, parade's the same, fireworks are the same. If you want people to continue to pay for a product, you need to update the product.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they could do different, Doug. From what they offer. I mean, other than changing the stage show from a Sanderson show to something different. Um, Other than they've changed the food items, which is that they needed to do, and they did that. The fireworks was different than the previous year, so that was changed.
Okay.
You're not you can't change the candy thing because it is what it is. It's people going to get candy. Um, they changed to a DJ a couple years ago. They still use a DJ in the back for the dance party thing. I think in
Yep.
the past, 10 years ago, they used to do really seasonal dance parties and they would have characters out there in Halloween costumes. That was a big difference. I wish they'd bring that back. Um,
Hmm.
One highlight too, if you're planning to go to the Halloween party and you're looking to get your merch, 95% of the merch that was available, you can get back. And where was it? Star Traders we went to, Preston? Star Traders in the back of the thing. Haul your butt back there. Don't go and fight the Emporium and battle the people standing in line. Go back there to the back part, and you could get just as much of your stuff. I think almost everything was back there. You know,
Okay.
so you know.
Cool.
Anything else you want
All
to bring
right.
up real quick? I want to go just
Uh,
a couple more minutes because I got to get up at 5 a.m.
did you get the popcorn bucket?
No, and I'll tell you why. I thought it was going to be the vampire Pluto sipper and that one. I thought it was going to be those two or the brand new Stitch as a mummy. Those are the ones that are out there now, and we did not get those. It says they were going to be at Disney World for Halloween. Right now, they are not. I would have bought that Pluto one in a heartbeat. The Ghost one, back and forth on, but the Pluto one definitely. I love Pluto on that. We got Jack and his world of Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, if you love that show or you're a big fan of the
And
movie, that's fantastic. There is
yeah,
nothing wrong with that. Okay.
they have a picture of the Stitch one though.
Yeah, the Stitch one. I just saw it on today
And
earlier this
then
morning.
didn't they have the mayor's sipper too?
They
They
had both
had.
of those. Yeah. So if you're a fan of those movies, spectacular. That's awesome. People and there were a lot of people buying those, Doug. It wasn't like they were going there, they were sitting there. But that's not my cup of tea. I like the movie. I'm not in love with the movie. So I'm not going to spend money
Right.
to go and get decorations to put into my house for it.
Okay.
What about you, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Would you have gone crazy for Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, I'm over my popcorn bucket phase.
Eh.
I can't.
Till we get you in the parks again, and you know.
So they did not
Mm.
have either one of these last night.
Neither. We looked everywhere.
Well, I'll look next weekend too for you.
Okay.
Um, And then I'll be back
Yeah.
in October as well. So I'll
you-
keep looking.
Okay, thank
Well,
you.
are you going to a Halloween party?
No, but I know people.
Well, there you go.
Yep, she knows
So
people.
they are cute. And then I got one more. What'd you think of the map this year? Did you see the map?
I thought they did a good job with the map. I thought it was very straightforward, very colorful and attractive. You see the front of it there. We
Yeah, I
did we
like that
did
one.
we did take a look at it there. Very simple, simplistic, and easy to read. And that was a great thing. And then colorful and very directive on the left-hand side of the map. I mean, there was push button dots for everything that was identified over on the right-hand side and throughout it. I thought it was colorful, attractive, and easy to work with.
Yeah.
So
I like the design this year, especially with the front with Mickey, because I collect these things. Like I have a whole bunch from
I wish I'd have
um
known. I'd have grabbed you a bunch.
yeah, I like keeping on to these. I have all the cool kid summer ones from all four parks. I just like
Did
to
we have an
have the
extra one of
different.
those? Did we bring one
I
back?
I used to have an original year opening map of Epcot.
Wow.
I can't find it. I know I had one because we went. It opened in October '82. We went in December '82, and I know I had one. Um, but I haven't been able to locate it. But that's all I got there, sir. So
Okay. Well,
sorry,
uh,
back in
there's,
real quick.
there's,
But yeah, I'd love to find that. I love collecting those. Like I'll get all the festival of holidays ones, you
okay.
know. So that's all I
Yeah.
do.
It was, yeah, like I said, is it worth it to go? Yeah, I truly believe that. Would I go
Mhm.
twice? No. Um, do I still like Christmas more? Yeah, but I love the whole, I'm a huge Christmas guy, so more than I am Halloween. It was great to
So
see all the pumpkins and everything. I think if Disney did a little bit more with the musical theming around the parks and stuff, maybe after 4 o'clock and around the whole park, you had all those, different things. I think it would be great, but it is what it is. So that's good.
right.
Well, look,
For what it's worth, I was a big Christmas person until this job. This job, because of how many Christmas parties I have to attend,
no,
I am Scrooge. I
I
am
get
Scrooge.
you're Scrooge. I get that. Um, I want to thank everybody for coming over and hanging out tonight, coming back over from the Epcot stream that we had. Appreciate all of you doing that. If you're new to our channel, I hope you had a good time tonight. Gave you a little taste of what we do here on the show. Kelsey comes in several times on our Friday night show and helps out with us. She's been on my Insomniac hangouts, and she's a huge part of our Maryland meetup and helping us pull all that together. Doug is on my Friday night show doing the news and merch, and a major part of our moderating team and everything we do there. I got one thing there. And then, of course, Jen, who was in a little bit earlier, is major part of our Triple C show, which they are live tomorrow night. Movie Mania Nick will be there. Come join it. Come check it out. And then, of course, Jen helps also with the Friday night show. And I am so proud of our Insomniacs effort
Yeah.
that we've
Are
done
you
here.
doing that tomorrow?
No problem. Maybe I have it scheduled. We'll see how I feel.
Okay.
Jen has helped come up with the concepts of the Two Truths and a Lie, and I love it. If you haven't seen our Wednesday night show, next week I'll be back doing that. Every Wednesday night we get together and play Two Truths and a Lie with somebody from the Disney community, and we give out prizes. It's a lot of fun. And then, of course, Disney Dialogues, where we're interviewing. I can't wait to interview Brian Hall. That's just going to be spectacular.
Don't forget all your sports there, buddy.
Yep, we're starting.
You got
Well,
some, you got some drafts coming up this week.
yeah, I got fantasy football drafts and all coming up. We broadcast live MLB games for anybody that's new. We'll be doing that all the way through the playoffs and the World Series. And then football has started. We did our first game for the Hall of Fame game. We're gonna be live tomorrow night. I'm gonna do the football game tomorrow night when I get home at 8 o'clock, from 8 to whenever we do the show. So that's what we do on this show. We love to have magic. Doug goes live on his channel every day of the week, Monday through Friday, variant times in the morning, depending on what's going on with his job. Highlights creators throughout the parks. If you want to find out who's live at the parks, listen to Doug in the morning. It's really good stuff. So, guys, final thought from you as I say goodnight. I've got to get up early because we've got to be over at Magic Kingdom at 7:30. I got to be there at 7:30. So
Why do you have to be
Why?
there at 7:30?
we only have a couple hours because we have to get back to the airport. So we've got to be over there
Oh, I
if we're
didn't
gonna.
know. I didn't know if Baker was cracking the whip again.
Oh no, no whip cracking by Baker. He was just
Yeah.
he got lost like 25 times today. Preston said to me
That's
when
when
Preston
you
and I
go
were
to
talking and we came up.
brunch.
Preston and I came up with an idea. We were gonna next time we're down here in November, December. We are gonna pull the Apple the tag I have out of my bag, and we're gonna put it
Yeah.
on Baker. We're gonna put it on Baker and see if we can follow him. We're gonna do that, so that'll be good. Final thought, Miss Kelsey, you can go first.
Thanks for having me. It was great chatting. All things Halloween, and I hope you have a fun day tomorrow. I would suggest going to brunch instead of 7 a.m. at Magic Kingdom, but to each their own.
Good Lord, Kelsey. Doug.
No, it's look, we have fun on here. You know, I'm glad you got back safe. Lightning is nothing to play around with.
No, because half my body's metal.
Yeah,
Correct.
and the other half was on the scooter.
Yeah, which is metal.
So, which is metal. And Preston can make a run for it, but
When I looked over to him and I saw uneasy on his face, and he was like he didn't want to tell me let's go because he's like me, he likes to be in the park and everything, but that lightning back behind us over top of Spaceship Earth was
yeah,
just hitting. He's got a video. Wait, I'm going to ask him. Are you going to post that on Insta or somewhere? Can you give it to me to put up? Okay, I'll put it up on my channel. He's got a shot of Spaceship Earth looking gorgeous, and you see the lightning bolt coming down in the video behind it, cracking down. And
nice.
when we started getting that, and then the wind started going, and then we were getting thunder on the other side, I'm thinking, nope, this isn't us for us. So
Yeah.
we wanted to be safe. So
And don't forget, friends Walt and Melissa will be live tomorrow morning from Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
You know what? Have Walt will buy you breakfast. How's that?
Walt won't buy me breakfast. Don't forget that Doug and Kelsey, who are here right now, and Miss Monroe Molly Jen will be live on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for Shade Room Runway. If you haven't seen that show, it is a lot of fun. It is your modern day version. It's a modern version of Jennifer and Melissa hit the red carpet and tell you how people look. Doug will give you his opinions, and he just says, I don't know. This is how I feel. Jen will give you the breakdown, and Kelsey will talk about everything Uge Gabati, Duje Gabata, all these top of the line people that I don't understand. Silk and fashion, or it's Robin Leachman. What was that guy? Used to talk. Robin Leach. It's big time
Lifestyles
money
of the
with
rich
Robin
and
Leach.
famous.
Yeah, that guy. So,
and you will be a special guest Tuesday.
oh, I will. That's correct. I will.
Asked,
I knew that.
I asked you that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not at home in
It's
front of
not
my calendar.
like you've been busy or anything lately.
Yeah, I am not in front of my calendar right now, but when I'm home, it would be popping up. I will be there over on Doug. So if you're not following Zippity Doo Doug, click that button tonight. Give him a follow. Go over and check him out. I'll be over there Thursday night, raising a little cane and talking about everything that everybody was wearing, including myself. So good night. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching tonight. Support your local streamers. Go out and watch them. Share them out. Talk to your friends about them. The Disney community can be magical, and we're glad you're part of ours. Good night, everybody. I don't have an outro, Doug, because I've got nothing because I'm not here. So, Preston, can you sing on the way out? Good night.
We are here to change the world.
Keep singing, Doug.